Welcome to the HR Happy Hour work break. You're here with Trish and Steve. Hey, Steve Bose.
Hey, Trish. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's a Thursday. We kind of changed up the schedule this
I
week
know.
because I think we are unofficially, Trish, at H3HR starting Summer Fridays tomorrow. At least I think I am.
I'm sort of. So I'm going to Chicago actually with my daughter for our first little girls getaway for the weekend. But I am working in the car. She's old enough to drive, so she's going to drive. I've got a couple calls in the morning that I'm going to do.
You trust her on the wheel, huh? I don't know. Go ahead. That's fine.
I do. And no, tomorrow actually I'm going to be participating in NAYAMO. Our friends at NAYAMO are having an event for like a half day. So I'll be doing that from the car while she drives. So yeah, it'll be fun. But anyway, after that, awesome. We are absolutely going to fully embrace Summer Fridays. We're going to see how it goes.
Yeah. So, I'm going to kind of dial it back down too, I think, tomorrow. But Trish, a couple things. I know I have a lot to get to. So I had a homework assignment from yesterday's show, Trish, when we were talking about the TSA. And they needed to staff up, and there's TSA agent shortages at many airports in the United States, many long lines in the airports. Trish, you asked me the question of what does a TSA agent make? What do they earn? What's their starting? I went for the starting rate of pay. And as you'd expect, Trish, being a good HR person like yourself, it is an actual range that they publish. It's not a specific salary. But the starting range of pay for a TSA agent is from between $28,000 to $42,000 annually, which translates to about $14 an hour, up to a high of about $21 an hour on an hourly rate. So it's decent, but it's not super high paying. A lot of stress, a lot of rules and regulations. There's room for growth, and there's a couple of websites that have really get into it if you really want to know about how the TSA works. But so comparable to a lot of other places, maybe a little bit higher than some, but so there you go.
Okay, well, good. I think I shouldn't say we could cut a lot of them out. Make travel a little bit easier. I don't know. It's one of those like risk reward things for me, right? There are just some jobs that you wonder, like, is this job really necessary, first of all, and in the numbers of people they have. So anyway, that's one I always question. But
so I did look that up, and I did another little social experiment today because I read something that piqued my interest, and I did a survey too as well. Just one person I asked, so it's a smaller sample
Were you
size.
the person? You're the one person?
No, I asked an actual person. Let me tell you.
Oh, you surveyed a person. Okay.
Yes, one person. N equals 1. That's my data set.
N equals 1. All right.
Trish, I saw on LinkedIn, and I check LinkedIn fairly regularly, that our friends at Walmart did a virtual kind of kickoff meeting for their summer interns. So around 700 summer interns. I guess they were scattered all over the country. I don't really know the details of it, but they did a big virtual event for these interns. And someone from Walmart was posting about it on LinkedIn, which is all well and good. It's fine. And the event was about wellness and well-being, right? That was what the talk was about, or the presentation was about. And their guest speaker for their interns, right? Their summer interns, who I'm imagining are largely college students, Trish. Their guest speaker was someone we know and are familiar with, Ariana Huffington. Right.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Right? So, and she, wellness and well-being is her thing. And I'm sure it was a great presentation. I'm sure it was wonderful. But here's my question, Trish. For the summer interns, does anyone under 25 years of age know who Ariana Huffington is?
No. They don't. I don't think so. I mean.
So I did ask one person. I had access to one person in that age cohort today. And that person, I asked that person point blank, do you know who Ariana Huffington is? And the person said, no, I have no idea who that person is. This is a college student who I asked. And then I asked this person, do you know who Ariana Grande is? Which in my opinion, would have been the better Ariana to get for the intern class. A little bit more impressive get. And of course, they know who Ariana Grande was. Ariana Huffington, I don't want to be ageist. I don't, but Ariana Huffington is 70 years old. Ariana Grande is 27. So my point is this, Trish, we got to start. We can't just be old people and thinking the world is kind of viewed the way we view it, right? Ariana Huffington's a real famous person in our worlds, kind of well-known, thought leader-ish, name recognition. But if you're programming for a bunch of 20-year-olds, I don't know if that's the right call. So that was my.
And I'm going to be honest with you too. I'm maybe be controversial, but I think that also you need to, like, even for people our age, right? We're the prime age for going to events and meetings and things like that. It's kind of past Arianna Huffington for us too, right? We've all heard Arianna speak a gazillion times, just like a lot of other people. It's like the same voices over and over.
I didn't bring this up to disparage Arianna Huffington at all, or the message.
No, she's lovely.
My point was more about thinking about how to connect with the group of people you're trying to connect with. And again, I don't know anything about the event. Maybe it was great. Maybe it was fun. But I got to believe a lot of the people dialed into this thing and said, who's the speaker? Who is this person?
Yeah. I'll give you another example, though. And again, no hate on Arianna. She's great. But again, she's just everywhere, right? There was a couple year span there where every time we turned around, it was Magic Johnson was somewhere speaking.
Magic made the rounds, yeah.
I've heard him speak so many times. He's wonderful. He's great. But there have to be other, even if you want another athlete, another, sports figure, whatever, there are just other people available to speak. And I don't know. I think that some of these conferences should probably look at the TED Talks, like not even the official ones, like the TEDx Talks, and start pulling people from there, because that's one thing. I mean, I know you're still not a huge TikTok fan like I am, and I'm not on it nearly as much, but I was watching a TED Talk yesterday on TikTok, and it was great. The guy was great. And so
help me out on this again. I know I brought this up. Yeah. Isn't it just like a minute? How can you watch a TED Talk?
Well, what they do is they can post. So you can post, a minute of your content, and then it was like link in bio. Well, then as part of his bio, he had like three TEDx talks, and he was a Canadian guy. He was just really insightful and funny, and I would have never known about him. But I thought, wow, this guy would be great on a main stage somewhere. But I think again, just be creative. Get people that normally you don't hear on a big stage, because that's Yeah, that's a great point, Trish. You're a Black Friday person. You have been in your life. I don't know if you still. I have been. Yes, I've been accused. Yes.
There are some heavy blows coming down on the traditional Black Friday as we've known it so far, Trish.
Okay.
In-person shopping on Thanksgiving Day is not going to happen at Walmart, Target, and Best Buy. They were the first of the really large national chains to announce that their stores will be closed on Thanksgiving Day, Trish. So I think that's a good thing, honestly. I think for society, I think for the people who are forced to work those Thanksgiving shifts, right, and deal with Black Friday, or even in this case, Thanksgiving craziness in the stores. I kind of think that's a good thing. So I'm pro don't open your store on Thanksgiving.
I agree. I wonder, do you think, I think they were going that direction anyway, pre-pandemic, but I wonder if that kind of just flipped it all the way over, because they've seen that they can still maintain and probably have increased, online sales.
Of course.
Maybe that's your homework. How is that impact? You gotta give you homework
every time.
No, really, like, seriously, I think that the online sales have gone up.
Yeah, I think the revenue mix for all those locations I mentioned, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, is definitely shifting more towards digital. It's certainly a place like Walmart. There's probably no way like their digital sales can be really even close to their kind of in-store sales, just because there's Walmarts like every 6 miles, it seems to me, like around the country.
True, but if they put their Black Friday specials online only, they would sell out in just mere minutes. And you'd have none of the risk, because there was a lot of just violence and things like that kind of get, things get out of hand on Black Friday. So
I've got one more quick item, Trish, I want to just share. The FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration here in the United States, they make airlines estimate the average weight for passengers and their baggage as part of kind of safety planning, right?
Right.
Planes can only have so much weight on them and so much baggage and weight, et cetera, the fuel, And some of us have probably had the experience of getting on a really small plane from time to time and have the flight attendant ask you to move around to balance on a small plane. So we're kind of aware, at least somewhat, that the weight of passengers and baggage is important to aviation and safety. Trish, this is from American Airlines. What would you guess at? American Airlines has reported to the FAA the average weight for their passengers is. All
And it's
passengers.
passenger and bags?
No, just passengers, just the people, not the bags.
Oh,
And that includes children, adults. So just basically anybody who gets on a plane. What's the average weight that American Airlines says their passengers weighed in the most
I'm going to say it's 178.
Wow.
And with bags, we're going to go 228.
All right, I don't have the with bag number, but the 178 on the person, that's remarkably close, Trish. I'm shocked how close. They said it was 187, so you were within 10 pounds. The average passenger weighs 187 pounds. That's up 8 pounds since the last time they reported that data about 15 years ago. I don't know. That seems heavy.
No, that's because since they charge so much to put stuff in your suitcase, you're like wearing a jacket and you've got your tablet, your phone, your chargers. Like I don't even carry a purse half the time on a plane anymore. I just like stuff my pockets full. I have to have a bottle of water, and my weight goes up 8 pounds, no doubt, when I'm sitting on a plane.
I haven't weighed myself in a long time. I think I'm right around that number, probably. Though if I
are you really? You're the average.
I'm probably right in that. I'm probably very average, and I felt very average for a very long time. And so there.
I'm thankfully below that number, but still more to work on with the quarantine weight. Hey, speaking of though, I know that when the pandemic started, you got a few little like at home kind of workout things. How's that going? Are you sticking with it or are you not?
I have not returned to the real gym at all, not one time.
But you're working out at home?
Yeah, I ended up starting with 25-pound dumbbells, and I'm up to, I don't have every 5-pound iteration, but I'm up to 50s on the high end. So yeah, I'm on the side of my bedroom still. There's like a whole dumbbell wall with a bunch of mats and a few other things. And it's actually worked out fairly well. I mean, I'm a little tired of it to some level because the workouts are a little repetitive. I actually do some workouts off the Nike app, the Nike Fitness app, that help mix it up a little bit, which I like quite a bit. So yeah, thank you for asking. I'm still after it. Trying to get ready for beach season.
I'm not. I feel like a slug. So I need suggestions from people or what I can do that's different. So I had been doing the bike, like the iFit bike and everything with Nordic Track. And that's great. But I don't know, when you get to be, I don't know if it's an age thing or just me, but I feel like knee joints hurt more, hip joints hurt more. So I'm trying to like bike and go crazy, and that's not really getting it. And so honestly, what I've started to do is the, oh my gosh, the Just Dance from the Wii, except I don't have a Wii anymore. So I just put it on YouTube, like someone else recorded it, and I do the dances. Cause if I do a couple of those dances, like I'm out of breath. That's aerobic. It's definitely a workout, but yeah, totally. I need suggestions. Like what else could I be doing? I don't know. I just feel like there's got to be some other way to get fit when you're bored with what you're doing. I don't know. We need creative solutions. Who was the person we had on the podcast years ago that would bring up creative solutions to your problems?
Yes. Oh gosh.
We need him back to tell us creative solutions to exercise, or people can
dig that up. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah. But, well, there's been good stuff. We should go probably, Trish, but the podcast was great. We did the Special Olympics show earlier this week. This posted. We did. A new Radical Research with Madeline Lorano posted today on the HR 3-hour podcast feed as well. So check that out. And good stuff coming up as well next week. So there you go.
Good stuff. Well, there we go. Hey, everyone, thanks for joining us 3 times this week. We're aiming for 3 a week. It will shift now to a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday lineup as we are going to start our Summer Fridays. We're going to. Yeah, and if it works well, maybe we just keep Fridays off. I feel like if nothing else, it's a good just catch-up day in case you had a little something, but you don't want to work a full day. Goodness knows we cram enough hours into the other 4 days or 6 days. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we will see you back here on Monday.